I'm at Sword Beach. This is one of the other British invasion beaches on D-Day and the easternmost invasion beach. The task of assaulting this beach was given to the 3rd British Infantry Division. The beach was only landed on in this area of beach, even though it was split into multiple sectors. So this is this is Queen Red sector, and in that direction over there is Queen White. The first men to reach the beach belonged to the 8th Infantry Brigade, and they consisted of the 2nd East Yorks and the South Lancs. So the 8th Brigade's job that morning, besides securing the beach itself, was to capture the coastal village over there of Colville-sur-Mer and then move inland to take the village of Hermanville-sur-Mer. Following up behind them would be the 185th Brigade and the 1st Special Service Brigade under Lord Lovat. On the left flank in that direction was the number 4 Commando, and they were responsible for clearing out the defenses on the eastern side of Sword Beach, known as the Riva Bella. So this is WN-18. It had a large caliber gun that was facing this direction, looking down Queen Red sector of Sword Beach. As the 2nd East Yorks were coming up the beach this way, the gun in this bunker was causing them some serious problems. Finally, a DD tank, an amphibious tank that was coming up the beach, placed a well-placed shot in that bunker and silenced the gun within, thus allowing the 2nd East Yorks to finally make their way up. But what's most interesting about this bunker is that it has now been converted into part of a house. So the 1st Special Service Brigade was tasked with following up 8th Brigade after they were supposed to have secured the beach. However, Lord Lovat, the commander of the 1st Special Service Brigade, looking through his binoculars as they were rolling up in their landing craft here at Sword Beach, noticed that the men of the 8th Brigade in the South Lancs and the East Yorks were still having a tough time clearing the defenses. And apparently he famously said to someone near him, I think a second in command, that this beach doesn't look very secure to me. As the 1st Special Service Brigade, Lord Brigadier Lovat among them, came ashore, they immediately joined the fight to secure Sword Beach. Among them was a pipe player by the name of Bill Millen. This is the monument to Piper Bill Millen of the 1st Special Service Brigade, and it does have this cool plaque on it that I will read to you right now. On D-Day, June 6, 1944, on this sector of Sword Beach, as the Scots have done for generations, the Brigadier Lord Lovat, Chief of the 1st Special Service Brigade, also a Highlands Chief, ordered his personal piper, Bill Millen, to pipe his commandos ashore. Above the roar of battle came the skirl of liberation, with the piper leading the way. They both entered the legend. Pretty sick. Now, on the western flank of the British landing at Sword Beach, which is in that direction, the 4th Special Service Brigade landed, and their objective was to take the coastal town of Lyon-sur-Mer. Unfortunately, due to heavy German resistance, they were pinned down that day and unable to do so. And because of that, the Germans exploited that gap between Sword Beach and the Canadian Juno Beach. And by day's end, elements of the 192nd Panzer Grenadier Regiment reached the coast at Lyon-sur-Mer. And for a second, it threw the Allied invasion plans up in the air. Now we have German forces lodged in between Sword and Juno Beach, and they must be extricated. Fortunately, the Germans were pretty smart, and they realized that they would not be able to support themselves in that area, that they felt that they would probably be cut off and surrounded. So that night, in the early morning of June the 7th, they did withdraw, and I believe Lyon-sur-Mer finally fell to Allied hands the next day. So, attached to number 4 Commando, which landed on the left flank of the British attack at Sword Beach, their job was to clear the defenses of the Riva Bella here. Attached to them were 177 French commandos under the command of Philippe Kiefer. Right here is a statue of his likeness. There is a really famous story that I love. Out there in the channel, as the men were waiting to come ashore, the admiral of the ship they were on spoke to them and said, "Men, you are about to participate in the liberation of our homeland. However, to begin the liberation of our homeland, we must first fire upon it, and thus the naval bombardment began. By day's end, the 177 French commando team had lost 60 men. So at the cost of some 700 casualties, the 3rd British Infantry Division was successful in securing this beach, clearing the coastal town of Colville-sur-Mer of Germans, and moving inland to capture villages of Hermanville-sur-Mer, among others. They were also able to link up with the British airborne troops from the 6th British Airborne Division that were around the Caen Canal. However, their objective of the city of Caen itself, that was meant to be captured on D-Day, eluded them until August. And it took many, many thousands and thousands of lives for them to finally get there.